Here we go. Okay, so for our AS media, we have to do a preliminary about of walking through a door. What are your thoughts on that? Because we're doing a thriller overall for our genre. What do you think how do you think we should incorporate that into our little film?
You could have it like set it in a dark space and then have like someone
Yeah.
knocking on the floor.
Really? Are you just walking through a door when you want to make
And then a
that
brief
sound?
conversation. Yeah.
Relax for a first.
The door leads to another world.
Guns. Lots of guns.
But it's a horror.
Wait, so there's a person.
It's like a thriller, not a horror.
Oh, then what else?
So creaking.
Yeah, sort of like building dramatic tension.
Hands come out the door frame and grab them.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
That's the same thing, though.
The door slams in their face.
That's comedy.
Do you think that we should have a brief conversation, or don't you
With
think that's
themselves?
needed? No, with with the door. What should be in that brief conversation?
How scared they are.
Do you have like a background story to this or not?
We can make one.
Because I mean, there's always that typical like teenagers going into a haunted house, or whatever, isn't there? And being like, oh, I bet it's not haunted.
We're stuck in this room because the hands in the doors won't let us leave.
Yeah.
Or like, Cindy, why did you kill that guy?
Oh yeah, shut the front door. Oh no, wrong film. Wrong film. Oh no, it's Cindy, the TV tweeting.
Oh yeah, the thing comes out again.
Okay, so we were thinking of a thriller for a genre, but we'd like to discuss with you guys if you thought that was appropriate.
Yes.
So we would like to ask you what your favourite genres are.
Thriller. Horror.
Horror comedy.
Horror? I don't like horror comedies.
I find
I think it ruins the actual horror.
Yeah, that's good because sometimes it's really gory. And you're like, oh, God, I'm sick.
But if you don't watch a horror film, then you're not usually scared.
I like a good thriller that's not completely like really scary.
What do you like about thrillers then? Like, why would you pick
Oh,
one?
it gets really intense, Luke.
That was my favourite genre.
It gets really, it gets really intense, and then you're like, oh, and then
That's why you like it?
yeah.
Because you're loud.
Okay. What attracts you to it? Like, what would make you pick a good film?
The cover.
The
The adverts as well.
yeah, the trailer. If it's a good trailer, if it's a good cast, like if you actually know,
Apart
What
from
would you
that
just-
one horror movie which had that girl from Suburgatory in it, so I couldn't watch it. I just laughed.
What,
at
oh,
So when I-
Tessa!
Yeah, it was like The Undead or something.
Oh, I think I saw that on
And
TV.
she like said something and it just made me laugh because I thought, that's not Tessa.
What do you dislike about thrillers?
That's scary.
The way they make me piss myself.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
Okay,
oh,
so,
some thrillers are quite long. Like they're quite long.
so you don't like them being too long?
When they rush the end and they make it quick, like, oh.
It's the same with horrors. If you go to the cinema, you pay like £8 for your ticket, and then the film's actually really bad, then it's kind of stupid. But then there are also really good horror films. So.
How much would you be willing to pay for one?
My stream.
£5. Oh, if
Do
it's
you mean
3D or,
like? Do you mean?
Like, if you bought a copy of it, how much would you be willing to pay?
£7.95. No more, no less. £7.95.
Okay.
It goes to help people affected by scary films. Because that's what I think. I think, you know, like in those films, who's going to give them counselling afterwards? Because they've gone through some scary stuff.
Oh no, yeah, that's right. Yeah, the actors. No, because they know what's going on.
Not the actors, I mean the character, like later on.
Oh yeah, like you should have like 10 years later.
Oh yeah, the actors should die.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should go, after 10 years of therapy, they finally recovered.
Oh my God! That was the best film. Right? Can you not have everybody dying because that's?
You don't like it. You don't like it when everyone dies.
Could you have
No,
that
no,
dying,
well,
but
yeah.
they're
They're
alive?
going to be alive and then you kill them. 'cause that's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
What makes a thriller really bad then? What would you tell us
When,
to avoid?
You think it's the end, and perhaps you have some people dead, and you're like, oh, that's okay. There's 1 or 2 people alive.
Well, we're only doing the
Right.
first 2 minutes, so what in the 2 minutes should we not include?
Maybe you should have
No.
everything's going really well, and then that slight thing can change everything.
Or
I'm not sure.
the build up
Just
to a
one
horror
thing
movie, I think,
changes.
is rubbish. You know, the beginning of it, how they have, oh, it's nice and and then it gets bad. I think you should jump straight in with the horror.
That's what we were planning on doing.
All we could do is what Luke says, jump into all the bad stuff. You can have 6 months earlier,
Oh, yeah, start with a
and
horror.
then it would
Start with the ending and then you watch the beginning.
Yeah.
So you
Oh,
figure out.
yeah, I like that idea. I
So
like
then
that,
you
yeah.
tease the end.
That's a good idea.
start with the ending.
Any more ideas?
Do not make, if you have any bits that are naff or funny, it cuts the scariness out of it.
That's why I don't like comedy movies.
Yeah, you just start laughing and then you can't stop. Because you keep
Is that all everyone has to say?
For now, viewers.
Thank you very much for your time.
Back next